Hey everyone, okay, let's just dive right into this, because today we are unpacking an ecosystem that honestly completely defies human comprehension. We're looking at the ultimate force of nature, the Amazon. And this explainer isn't just about a really big river, it's about the literal lungs of the earth. The Amazon rainforest and its mighty river hold these deep secrets, incredible anomalies, and a scale of biodiversity that scientists are quite literally still struggling to map. So get comfortable, because we are going straight in to decode the mystery, the history, and the absolute sheer magnitude of the largest river system on our planet.
20%. I want you to just hold on to that staggering number for a second. Out of all the fresh water flowing into all the oceans across the entire globe, the Amazon River single-handedly accounts for 20% of it. One single river system is dumping a fifth of the world's freshwater discharge directly into the Atlantic Ocean. The scale here is so massive that it actually alters the color and the chemical makeup of the ocean itself. But as you'll see, this colossal river wasn't always the eastward-flowing giant we know today. Let's look at how it actually got its start.
So, let's kick things off with Section 1, the birth of the Amazon, the ultimate geological pivot.
The Amazon as we know it is the product of some seriously catastrophic world-altering events. Picture this. Go back 80 million years. The supercontinent Gondwana was splitting apart, and tectonic plates were colliding, literally pushing up the Andes mountain range. Fast forward to 67 million years ago, dinosaurs are ruling the area, right? Well, until an asteroid hit. This massive destruction wiped out about 75% of wildlife, which actually gave the environment a massive reset and allowed the dense rainforest to finally take root. Then, finally, about 11 million years ago, an ice age caused sea levels to drop, essentially breaking open a massive inland lake and turning it into the eastward-flowing river we map out today.
But here is the completely mind-bending part. Before those Andes mountains rose up, the Proto-Amazon actually flowed west. Back when the continents were still joined together, it was part of the Congo River system. As the tectonic plates shifted and the Andes grew, this massive river was completely blocked off. It formed this giant inland sea, which, over millions of years, slowly turned into a massive freshwater swamp as marine life adapted to it. Eventually, gravity and shifting Earth forced the entire massive body of water to completely reverse its flow to the east, toward the Atlantic. It's literally a river that got entirely reversed by a mountain range.
All right, moving on to Section 2, the Great Source Mystery.
Now you would think with modern GPS and satellites, we'd know exactly where this thing starts, right? Nope. It's basically an ongoing geographical cold case. Scientists simply cannot agree on the basic criteria of how to define a river's starting point. On one side, you got geography and hydrology. They argue that a river's true source is the point that supplies the highest water volume. But on the other side, cartographers, the mapmakers, argue the source has to be the farthest continuous point from the mouth, because that gives the river its maximum length. Because of this profound disagreement, estimates for the Amazon's actual length swing wildly. We're talking anywhere from 4,200 to 7,000 kilometers. It is so fascinating to see how this search has evolved over the centuries. Back in 1707, Father Fritz mapped the Marignan River as the start because, well, it had a massive volume of water. Then by the 1960s, Carlos Peñahera argued it was actually the Apurimac River. Jump to the 2000s, it shifted again to Mount Carswanta. Then came some real drama in 2014. Researcher James Contos used satellite data to claim the Mantari River is the true source, which, if true, would add over 75 kilometers to the Amazon's total length. But there's a major catch. A dam built there in 1972 causes the Mantaro to occasionally run dry, making its status super disputed. Oh, and to add a little more mystery to the whole shebang, in 2011, scientists discovered the Hamza River. It's a massive parallel river flowing completely underground right beneath the Amazon.
Which brings us to Section 3, a thriving hidden ecosystem. As we zoom in from that macro map down to the water itself, the sheer volume of life is absolutely staggering. I mean, the ecosystem is so rich that scientists discover roughly 50 new fish species every single year. Take the boto, or the Amazon river dolphin. This incredible mammal grows up to 8.3 feet long and actually changes color throughout its life. It starts off green, turns a vibrant pink in its youth, and eventually fades to white. They are so unique and elusive that local Brazilian myths say they shapeshift into beautiful humans, luring people into the depths of the river. The Amazon is also home to the highly endangered Amazonian manatee, a gentle freshwater giant that you literally can't find anywhere else on Earth.
But lurking in these waters is the ultimate symbol of prehistoric survival, the caiman. This is a massive apex predator that can grow up to 5 meters long and weigh 500 kilograms.
But here is the truly fascinating part. The caiman has been ruling this specific region for 80 million years. Remember our timeline from earlier? The modern eastern-flowing Amazon River is only about 11 million years old. That means the caiman predates the very river it swims in. How wild is that?
And the caiman definitely shares these waters with other leviathans, like the piraku, also known as the arapaima. It's one of the world's largest freshwater fish, reaching up to 15 feet in length. Add to that the giant otter, which locals actually call the river wolf because it actively hunts in packs. The river is also just packed with 30 to 60 species of red piranhas, huge arowana fish, giant kuma catfish that reach 12 feet long, and over 100 different species of electric eels. It is a fiercely competitive, perfectly balanced aquatic jungle down there.
Let's pull back for a second for Section 4, the massive water network. So, to sustain all this life, you need an unparalleled water delivery system. Zooming back out to the macro scale, the Amazon's water basin is the largest on Earth. It covers a staggering 7 million square kilometers. That is 40% of the entire South American continent. And the scale of the Amazon's tributaries is just absolute insanity. The Amazon doesn't just flow alone. It's fed by over 1,100 tributaries. And out of those 1,100, 12 of them are over 1,500 kilometers long all on their own. Take a look at this. The Madeira River is 3,250 kilometers. The Purus River is 3,210 kilometers. In literally any other part of the world, these would be considered massive, world-famous rivers in their own right. But here, they're just the feeding branches of the Amazon.
Because of this incredible network, the rainy season triggers a transformation unlike anything else on the planet. During normal coverage, the river system covers about 110,000 square kilometers. But when those rains come, the water level rises by up to 9 meters. The coverage explodes to 350,000 square kilometers. The river just completely overflows its banks, swallowing the surrounding forests and creating a massive temporary aquatic jungle where fish are literally swimming through the tree canopies.
Okay, finally, Section 5. Wonders, anomalies, and looming threats. Tying all this together reveals a river system that continues to just baffle us today. Honestly, some of these facts sound made up. For instance, nature engineered a river so massively wide that humans quite literally cannot bridge it. There are 0 bridges crossing the Amazon. Its width fluctuates from 10 to 100 kilometers wide, making bridging practically impossible. Also, unlike other major rivers, it creates no delta where it meets the sea. The Atlantic's ocean currents are so strong they just sweep all that massive sediment away. During the rainy season, it discharges 300,000 cubic meters of water every single second. Because freshwater is lighter, it sits right on top of the saltwater, which drastically lowers the ocean's acidity. Historically, this confused ships, leading sailors to believe they were sailing in a freshwater sea miles away from any land. And incredibly, it features the Cassiquiare Canal, which is a massive natural river that actually connects the Amazon to an entirely different river system, the Orinoco.
But all of this awe-inspiring scale brings us to a pretty harsh reality today. As human interference grows, deforestation increases, and global rainfall drops, the water levels in this ancient river are falling. The thousands of unique species that took millions of years to adapt to these specific, complex freshwater conditions are suddenly facing an existential threat. So we really have to ask ourselves, as wildlife faces these unprecedented threats, are we going to step up and protect the lungs of the Earth? Or will we lose millions of years of profound evolution in just a single century? It's a sobering thought for sure, but understanding the majesty of this river is the very first step in saving it. Thank you so much for exploring the Amazon with us today. Keep learning, and we'll catch you in the next explainer.